Good morning to all, it's Nikos here. Can you all hear me? Perfect. You see, we have a little problem again. Some people are trying to get in with this link and it doesn't work for some reason, which is funny. Did you have problems when you logged in? Let's see what happens today, and if not, I probably have to create a new link and then you can we try it out. Okay, so also I using a new broker here on this account because for some reason, I don't know why, the other one just closed. I guess because it's a demo account for analysis here, so it's okay. Do you think, Edward, that could be a problem? No, I don't think so. Not that many, but we'll see with a link. I mean, okay, let's start. Hope you had a great weekend, everybody. But now let's look for some action. Now the markets, most of the pairs are ranging still, right? Because we have this big trades going on, trend, sorry, going on, and the problem is that after a while, when the market's out of steam, most pairs won't just change the direction. They will range a little bit. Yeah, they look like they want to change, but then they're bouncing again, and then going up and down between support and resistance before they continue the trend or go for bigger retracement on the higher time frames, right? So that's what usually happens on the Euro US dollar. It's not that hard because we don't have a very powerful trend, but a slowly moving trend even on the weekly chart visible. Okay, you cannot see the screen, you say? What about 1 second now? Okay, perfect. Now, as you can see, like always, lately we have this uptrend, yes, but also the price is retracing, and we just expect the retracement back to this line later on. If it wants to move lower, then a bounce in this area or the 36 and the green candle. So shorts, for swing shorts, it's too late, and only intraday trades maybe give more signals. But when you check closer, you see on the daily chart we had our lower high. We had opportunities to short even with the Renko bars and everything, and there is still a little bit of room before the price might hit support, right? We have the 36 EMA, the weekly, and the daily here. We have the 200, but it might retrace before it's reaching. It looks like this candle doesn't really know what to do. Will it retrace a little bit to the 12, to the 36, or later on actually really move lower and hit the support line, which is 100 pips away? So right now, swing traders, of course, cannot look for more shorts, but reinstate some intraday shorts or scalping. That's not a problem. Yeah, you have still some room, but of course, what you don't have is volatility right now. Look at the previous 4-hourly candles. We have like 10 pips candles, 15 pips candles on the 4-hourly chart. That's not the best. Okay, we had a 4-hourly 1, 2, 3 after the daily. So according to the classic rules, of course, we had an entry here and later on here with stuff about 60 pips. So the first target is hit. That's about it. And now if you don't like it too much before the price is because the price is reaching resistance again, you just need to draw the lines and say, okay, first alert, the price breaks the line. The second one, if the 36 breaks. And if it looks funny over there, you can of course also check the 1 hourly chart and get out of the trade, and just keep the profits for the first lot. But ideally would be great if the price could bounce here on the 36, move lower, and you at least make your second lot, create this win-win situation, and then figure out if it's worth waiting here if the price breaks or bounces again on the daily chart. Okay. Very important, because some of you send over charts showing this entry here and here, and that's the only management you can apply here, right? Wait for the break. Now if you can't manage this manually, because a trader sent an email and said, hey, I get the entries right, sometimes the first and second lot, but I don't have time to manage the third, or sometimes it's only hitting the first lot, and because I'm busy, the second lot does not get filled, or it almost hit the target, and then suddenly it goes against me, and because I'm not there, I could have managed it otherwise on the chart. I'm missing it out, or I lose the second position or whatever. So in this case, if you know support is close and it could go down, but it could also retrace more, of course you can also take out the second lot. With other words, managing the second part aggressively and a little bit, you know, against the management rules, because you don't have time to watch closely, and then just leave the last lot open. In this case, at least you create your win-win situation. Okay, the win-win scenario. But only don't do it on every trade just because you heard it now. This is only if you really cannot manage it and it looks like the price is out of steam, and or it's on major support and resistance, right? And of course you apply it to every pair, not just on this pair right now. And again, only if there's no other way to do it. Okay, sorry for that. Now let's go to the second pair. Okay. Any questions about the euro? I think we are okay here. Right now, if you check the intraday setups, for instance, the 5-minute chart, you get a 1, 2, 3 here, but you have support. The problem is it is close to the resistance line, and longs now, of course, if you check back the 4-hourly chart, longs at major resistance, and the line is very tricky. Yeah, it's not the best thing to do. It should break the line first, and then you can look for it if the price really wants to break the 36, the 633, the line, and gives you setup over there. But then you can target, of course, only the 36, and even that is not that great. Okay, so be careful with trading against this. Okay, now again, cable here after that big move, it's really ranging. Yeah, you see even on the weekly chart you can see the spikes. On the daily you get the lower high, you get the break of the 36. Remember last week what we said? Yes, it could break, but it would look like previous scenarios here, where the price fake this down break and then in the end move up again, right? So it happened here again. Price is sitting between resistance and support. Right? Support, resistance, and right now it's exactly there. So on the 4-hourly chart you see it's fighting in this area for what, 10 candles or something. Yeah, and we have an average move of 25 pips on the 4-hourly chart. That's not good, is it? So what do you do here? Any ideas? Yeah, nothing, right? best is you leave it alone. And if we see the bounce there in this area, the price really goes down, you can try some intraday shorts to target this. But ideally, really, I would like to see, there we go. I try, the best thing to do is let the price do this. Okay, let's see setups below here. And also, if you want to short it, for instance, like Ranjit said, you want to short it close to this line, okay? Not somewhere here in the middle. Or, you know, if you short it, you have to be really aggressive and short it just on the bounce, for instance, like a bounce trade. And then you have to put the stop over the highs, not a little bit over the candle, right? You know it's visible on the chart that this is a wedge. But if you don't see the volatility anymore, you just keep the fingers off the trigger here and look for something else. Now the euro US dollar, you see, because we have this retracement here, it's not going down. So if you look at it, the main trend is up here as well as it is on cable, right? So nothing moves. I mean, euro US dollar doesn't move, cable doesn't move, so we have to wait really for some clean setups, some clean directions. And most pairs are in this situation. So wait, and let's check what other pairs are doing. For instance, the Australian dollar US dollar looks a little bit different. Because on the weekly chart we have big 1, 2, 3s and big trend lines, long trend lines we can draw actually. Okay, we also had a bottom formation down here, but let me just change this first. But then the price bounced again and moved lower. And if you check the daily chart, you see we got this bounce. It looked like it might create setups over here. It didn't. And now what happened, you know, we had a nice trend line here on the 36 or close to the 36. I don't like the color here, sorry for that. Just to make sure it's pointing out. This here, because we had also higher lows, did not really come true, right? This did not happen. Correct? And price broke support and now it's moving lower. It broke very, very fast because of the bounce, and we had the move of over 300 pips, but now it's retracing and we need to wait. See, does the price really want to move lower, or it was just, you know, I don't know, to kick some stops out and in the end move higher? So we need to watch closely. On the 4-hourly chart, the price is getting close to the 36, and we have to see what happens here after the break, right? In this area we had a little bit of trouble and then buff. So let's see what happens here. In other words, we can touch it right now. We can start touching it if we have a nice break. So if that happens, I will try the trade, probably even on a lower time frame like the 5-minute chart, looking for an entry, and if it works out, then leaving the last lot and turn it into a swing trade. Okay, if that's not happening, then we wait for a break and see the price coming back into this area. We probably have a range before it will move higher, so we watch closely again. Also the euro yen, it's still up and up. It's an uptrend, right? You check this weekly chart, easy to spot. Still looks very, very good, and I like those pairs. They're much more than others because of this powerful trends, and trends are really great and easy to trade. So look, yes, lower high, it might, we said it might retrace. So we're looking for some short setups. We didn't get any short setups. We were looking for it, but there was nothing. So now again, it's an important area here. We have this resistance, we have the 1 2 3 setup again, okay, and but what we also have is support, double bottoms, and we have also horizontal resistance in this area. You can connect all these touches, and what we see is, okay, main trend is up. This is a possible short scenario. Is it wise to trade on the higher time frame? Probably not, because the main trend is up. It would be aggressive. But if it's powerful, like if you get a great bounce and the price looks really like it wants to go lower, and you get a good 2 to 3 line break candle, of course, with low risk, we can try it aggressively, and it really wants to go perfect. Ideally, you want the setup below here, right? Ideally. Now the main trend is up, so we are in favor of the 36 EMA break actually. And then let's look for setups over here now. Because of this range, it would be best if the price gets out of here first, okay? Otherwise, the break here would mean, okay, first sign that the shorts are not in favor here, but then we have the resistance, so let the price come out of here. In other words, we have still time to watch. It doesn't look like something is going to happen right now, but maybe later on today. If not, then tomorrow, of course. Just switch to some others. Look at the USD Canadian dollar. We have traders still long here, having entries after the previous daily 1 2 3, or the 1 2 3s that happened here, and using daily charts to enter. Okay, so we have entries from here, and lately we have entries also laid here, which worked out nicely. And as you can see, if you just look at those last candles, right? We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 days where the price is not going anywhere, correct? It's like really a range, and it might retrace smoothly down to here or quickly, depending on what happens in terms of news maybe, but right now it looks like it just wants to move higher. Okay, so if we get a clean break, that would mean we have probably a very big candle at some point that will break all these previous highs, and then it's a sign that the trend might continue for a while. Okay, but we have to wait, see, do we get the first red candles and this retracement, or will it continue? Now, if you are long, you don't have to do anything, you just manage your existing trades, right? But if not, and you want to look for new trades, then you have to switch to the 4-hourly charts, to the lower time frames here, and actually look for this. And if you get a break of this wedge on the 4-hourly chart, you might want to look for some 5-minute entries here. Now you might get a 5-minute setup, like you get the tiny one here already, which was not easy to spot. Okay, you might get another one now. The problem is you have this wedge from the higher time frame, but if it looks good and you want to take it, there would be an aggressive trade, less risk, a stop of about 12 pips. You need to put the stop below the support line, right? Because the 633, it's all very, very close, and it's not worth putting a 5 pip stop or something. Yeah, you can try it out this way. Otherwise, really wait for the break and then setups. What about the swing targets? Of course, look at the monthly chart. Price could really continue. Let me delete these lines here. We have resistance in this area, right? It might retrace really after moving another, I don't know, maybe 100 pips, but in the end long-term targets could really be the 200 EMA in confirmation with its previous highs and lows. And that's what, another 700 points. See what happens here. And GBP Canadian dollar. I don't know, is Gail here? Gail, are you still in that one? It's a little bit of, it's a patience game again on this pair, right? GBP CAD. What is it, close to 1,200 pips still? It shouldn't change a lot, did it? It didn't change a lot. Okay, well done. So you see, it is resting exactly, yeah. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles. You have daily candles here running. We don't have higher points yet. Now we got some nice retracements of 250 pips. That was a good psychological test for all the swing traders having their longs running, right? So now you might get a good reward for that, because if the resistance breaks, it will break quickly. Okay, it might bounce again or something, but if it's breaking really later on, it will probably go up very, very fast, and then you can start, for instance, trailing or stop or whatever you do. I mean, if you do it on a daily chart, then of course not, you have to wait, but everybody else maybe on the 4-hourly chart. And in case it doesn't, it really wants to move lower and break the support, then you have like a 200 pips short move. You can look out for some 4-hourly setups below here, of course, and then you could hedge up existing longs, right, and make some profits down here, and also make sure that the long position keeps all these profits. So well done. What about the USD yen? Look, same scenario, it's still going up, and Jean is also here. What about I don't remember, did you keep the long? Did you hedge? What did you do here? Because the chart was a little bit funny at some point. Looked like a break, but it didn't really confirm. You see, we didn't have a short setup, so probably the longs should be in. I don't know if Jean is hearing me, because I see he does not have his microphone on here. But whatever. Okay, still long. Last time I hedged a good profit target 1, bounce back. So you hedged with 3 lots, and you got 1 target hit, and then you had to close and leave the longs running. Is that correct? Okay, well done. That's good stuff. Now you're back where you were. Ideally, price moves higher, breaks the highs, and then great. Then you can go to your weekly chart and start targeting at least the 109 or even 110 area, right? Yeah, so very important right now, because of all these ranges, that we are a little bit patient. Okay, we are a little bit patient and wait. Swing traders, okay, no problem, they just stay in and wait, see if they can make more profits with their trade. Everybody else really wants to see a continuation of the trend or the change of the trend, and that means you have to wait a little bit. It can take days sometimes before the price starts moving again. CHF yen, I had a question here. Let's do the top down approach. That's a big uptrend, right? CHF yen, look at the weekly chart. It's very, very big here, and strong. 4,000 points up already. Then the little range in the trend, a wedge, a break, price is moving up, and right now it retraced back to the 12 on the weekly chart. That was a 500 pips plus retracement, but the main trend is still just very long. Right, it is a long trend. And look at this. If you go to the daily chart now, this is your weekly 1 to 3, right? It's sitting below there, but it's not going anywhere right now because we still have the support coming from down here. Okay? Look back at the weekly chart, 12 EMA, daily chart here. So ideally what we want is the price breaking the 36, moving up, because the main trend is long, then we can look for longs, and great and perfect. But because the price on the daily is below the 36 now, and we already have some setups here. It looks a little bit like the euro yen, right? We want to draw our lines with the 4 hourly and watch close. And again, here we have the same scenario: resistance up here, support down there, price is exactly in between, and we have a 4 hourly setup in making. Main trend is up, daily is pointing down below the 36, and the 4 hourly looks like it wants to do something. So if we get that short setup, then we have, because of the support and the main trend not agreeing, we need to, if we take the short trade here, to make sure we only use a small amount of the account, right? Like low risk, 0.5% maximum or something like this. Ideally the stop over resistance over this line if possible, then you have 100 pips stop, but at least if it's bouncing back and stopping in this area, still be in the trade if in the end the price wants to move lower, right? It doesn't really matter. You have enough room on the daily chart for target 1 and 2, so it doesn't matter if you put a bigger stop, and having your stop actually over this resistance line close to the 236, right? It's about the risk, and if the risk is correct, everything else doesn't matter really. Okay, perfect. Let's check something else. Canadian dollar yen. Anybody trading this pair? Is anybody looking at CAD yen? It could be interesting soon. We have a wedge here. We have a retracement back to the 36. We have also bounce on support right now. So we might see something here happening. And then of course we would target the highs first. But let's check the daily chart for this. There we go. Price has to bounce, right? In this area, that's a big bounce. And then ideally break this crossover and everything, or aggressively 4 hourly setup over here to start with. And then we can watch out. Now if the support breaks, because the price is close to this area and it really breaks, then we go back to the daily. We already got the crossover. So let's say we get another retracement and the price breaks, then we like to see setup on the daily or aggressively on the 4 hourly below there. Correct? That's about it on this pair. New Zealand dollar yen, weekly chart, okay. It's still going up. We had a bounce again on the 36 EMA, crazy how powerful this is, this trend. And now let's see, will it go up? Will it bounce again? It is long right now, right? It's still very, very long. Now on the 4-hourly chart, here you have your 200 EMA bounce, first touch after a big move, a line, also support line. Price bounced up 120 pips. Let's see on these highs if it can break it and then give us actually a 1, 2, 3, at least a higher point on the chart before we look for longs. Okay. Okay. What other pairs are you watching? You said GBP CHF. Let's find. Of course, it's an uptrend again here. 1, 2, 3s, 1, 2, 3s. Price moving higher. You pointed this trade out already last week, if I'm not mistaken. The daily 1, 2, 3, right? So it looks like it's still going up. And I don't know what time frame you entered, but if it's on the lower time frames, only bounces probably. The only time frame that gave a signal, a clear signal, was the daily chart. And of course, if you zoom out, you'll see we don't have more resistance on this chart, close by at least. So now on the weekly, you're going for the previous highs, right? Which would be the 150 area again, and they end up to 153, 154 ideally. We do it like this, you can see it here, the previous highs. Ideally the price moves up to, I don't know, maybe 152 first, and then 53, 54 is after the 200 EMA touch, so you need to watch closely up here. Still looking good, right? It's still looking good. I don't like this personally, how it looked before, but okay, it is a good setup. It is a good setup. Anybody else long on a GBP CHF on the daily chart? Did anybody try it out? Okay, that's okay. Now, I don't have a gold chart here. I think I don't have one. Let me check if they might have gold. But I think they don't have it. Oh, they have it. Okay. Okay. That's good. I have the template. Perfect. Okay. Gold, of course, was short for a long time. Yeah. And we had chances after the weekly 1, 2, 3 and everything, but it's also forming bottom formation here, right? We have a double bottom there. Price moved down. We had 4-hourly entries a lot, but now it's retracing. And as I said, if gold is not breaking the lows, I would be careful, because the last 4 years it was just, you know, I mean, it was up. It's up for the last, I don't know, 10 years or more. But previously, before it hit support here, it was up since 2010 in the same area, right? Made about 7,500 points, and now it retraced about 6,000 points. And people were buying like crazy because they thought it would never stop moving up, right? But you know how it is with the markets. Something happens, and all the people that watch closely sell, don't buy after something like this, right? After breaks and 1, 2, 3s to the downside, and especially after the break of this big range we had. So this is out of steam now, and because it's gold, you want to watch closely. It could be, of course, that the price hits resistance and then moves lower, but I also you can also expect that it might break the resistance line, maybe range at the 36, and if it's creating a higher low, it might shoot up like crazy. So right now I don't trade gold. I don't like how it looks, and the only time frame I trade gold is the daily anyway. So what you could do if you want to swing this, you see you have some touches when you connect the previous highs from down here. Price is sitting there already. You had the previous trend line break and then the first 1 2 3s, but you see it's not really going somewhere, right? It's not very fast. So ideally really break of that, a nice 1 2 3, and then an aggressive long, because you have a resistance on the weekly chart, or a break, a bounce, and then setups below here to go short. But right now, because of the support here, the resistance here and here, I don't touch gold at all. I would like to see clear directions again. Makes sense? Okay. So what we do, might want to do, is I have recorded this, okay, so you can watch it later on and we'll upload it. We'll switch over to the other class in about 10 minutes. So we call it a day for now, and then I'll see you in about 10 minutes or something, and tomorrow we'll see if we have some volatility and we get some setups, maybe later on or probably tomorrow on most of those pairs, or after tomorrow. Yeah, great. So see you in about 10. Bye.